You don't have to earn your worth. You don't have to prove it. You don't have to shrink yourself. You don't have to break yourself into pieces to be accepted. And you definitely don't have to spend it like currency just to get somewhere in this world. Because your worth was never a transaction. It was never for sale. It just is. But somewhere along the way, someone taught you differently. Maybe they told you that to be loved, you had to perform. Maybe they told you that to belong, you had to fit. That to be valued, you had to diminish your light. And so you started trading bits of your voice, pieces of your truth. You gave discounts. You said yes when your soul whispered no. You stayed silent just to be included. You didn't lose your worth. You just forgot how to honor it. But this moment is a reminder, a reset. Because here's what they don't teach you. When you know your worth, everything shifts. You stop running after what doesn't see you. You stop proving, performing, pleasing, and you start attracting, commanding, receiving. You become aligned with who you were before the world told you who to be. See, the most dangerous thing about forgetting your worth is this. You begin to settle. You settle for friendships that drain you. You settle for jobs that devalue you. You settle for love that demands you to disappear. And slowly, piece by piece, you become a version of yourself that's easier to digest, easier to ignore, easier to use. But you were never meant to be small. You were never meant to be simple. You were never meant to be a background character in your own life. When you know your worth, you stop negotiating with your peace. You stop explaining your standards. You stop apologizing for your boundaries. You stop confusing being needed with being valued. Because when you know your worth, your boundaries become sacred. Your time becomes precious. Your energy becomes intentional. You start saying no without guilt. You start leaving without closure. You start loving without losing yourself. You stop showing up where your spirit shrinks. You stop chasing people who only see your potential but not your presence. You stop explaining your value to those committed to misunderstanding it. And you begin to move differently. Not louder, not angrier, just quieter, more grounded, more sure. Because real self-worth doesn't scream, it simply acts. It walks away when it's not respected. It invests where it's returned. It speaks only where it is heard. The truth is, when you truly know your worth, you don't hustle for it anymore. You let it do the work. And yes, some people will call you arrogant, too much, too cold, too proud. Let them. Let them misunderstand your standards. Let them mislabel your peace. Let them walk away if they must. Because the people who are meant for you will not need you to betray yourself to be loved. They will recognize your worth not because you screamed it, but because you lived it. And the spaces that are aligned with you, you won't have to force your way into them. They'll open because you are the door. But you have to remember this. Don't spend your worth to prove you're worthy. Don't trade your dignity for connection. Don't bargain your soul for approval. If you have to lose yourself to be chosen, you're being chosen by the wrong people. If you have to quiet your truth to be accepted, you're being accepted by the wrong crowd. And if you have to beg for love, it's not love. Because real love doesn't need you to spend your worth. Real love mirrors it. Real love sees it, protects it, celebrates it. The world will try to convince you to lower your price, to be more agreeable, to be more silent, to need less, to smile more, to fit in. But every time you say yes to that lie, you're saying no to yourself. And no goal is worth that. no relationship, no job, no dream. You don't have to choose between success and self-worth. The path that honors your soul will demand both. So take inventory of your life. Where are you spending your worth trying to get ahead? Who are you performing for? What are you tolerating just to be chosen? Then ask yourself, what would change if you stopped? What would shift if you believed you were already enough? What would open if you acted like your worth was non-negotiable? Because it is. You are not the things you've done. You are not the people you've lost. You are not the pain you've carried. You are not the places you've been overlooked. You are you, and that is rare. That is powerful. That is enough. So live like it. Speak like it. Choose like it. Let your worth echo through every decision. Let it rise from your silence. Let it guide your no. Let it fuel your yes. And when doubt comes, because it will, return to yourself. Return to the part of you that knows. Return to the voice that existed before they told you to be quiet. Return to the fire that lit your spirit before the world handed you fear. Because once you know your worth, truly know it, you will never forget again. You will never again ask small rooms to hold your big truth. You will never again offer your value for validation. You will never again confuse being chosen with being respected. Your worth is not loud. It's not desperate. It doesn't need permission. It just is. So honor it, defend it, live by it, and watch your world reshape to match it.